In cataloging the president's actions, many of which took place in the public, the report identifies no actions that, in our judgment, constitute obstructive conduct. That's about as vindicated and exonerated as you can be.
The whole reason that Mueller was appointed was to wrestle with these big questions that you wouldn't necessarily want to leave to the political leadership of the Justice Department. The biggest one, of course, is the coordination question. Did Trump coordinate with the Russians? He said no. The other big one was obstruction. Did the president seek to obstruct justice? Even though that was a part of the reason that Mueller was appointed, he didn't answer it, at least the way that Bill Barr described. So Bill Barr said, well, I'm going to answer it.
This is the most disturbing development, in my view, of the release of this four-page document. Basically, this has been an issue that's been examined by the special counsel for 22 months. He lays out the evidence of obstruction. He doesn't make a conclusion, but he goes out of his way to say the president is not exonerated in this regard. And Mr. Barr, in 48 hours, turns that around and says, oh, no, I've looked at it. He's exonerated.
As William Barr's memo references, Bob Mueller said that there is evidence on both sides, and we need to have a better understanding of exactly what is underlying that statement.
This report says, and he quotes from Mueller, while this report does not conclude the president committed a crime, it also does not exonerate him, to finish that sentence, from committing a crime.
It emerged as he was being nominated to be the Attorney General that Bill Barr had written an 18-page memo kind of outlining his critique of what he saw as Mueller's obstruction of justice probe. At that time, he was not in the Justice Department, but he had sort of read a lot about the Mueller obstruction probe, and he didn't like it. He felt like it was sort of an unfounded legal theory. He believes the president has a lot of power, and his own Justice Department sort of shouldn't check those. That is coming up now, of course, because Democrats in particular are like, well, wait a minute. President Trump, when he appointed you, he knew what your views were on obstruction, and is that why he put you in place? A Justice Department official has told us that Mueller's decision to not say one way or the other whether the president should be accused of obstruction was Mueller's alone. It wasn't as if Barr went to him and said, hey, leave this one to me, or Rosenstein said, hey, leave this one to me. I have great questions, of course, about why he decided not to do that, because that was one of his central missions, and for him to just sort of leave it to the political leadership, it's like, well, then why did we even have a special counsel if that's a question that you just aren't going to answer definitively one way or the other? Mueller's not deciding, and Barr's issuing his own opinion, has given Democrats this narrow lane to say, well, we want to know what's in the report now.
Now that President Trump supports public release of the report, there's no good reason for anyone to object to this request.
When they get the report, will they ever be satisfied? Just politically, as kind of a cynic, I doubt it.